So how on earth do you manifest a specific person? Is it undoable? Should you do it? Does it go against their free will? I'm going to be answering all of those questions today in this video, sharing a little bit more about my story, about my misfortunes in love and how I turned everything around. I'm going to help you to understand how easy it is to get someone to be obsessed with you. It's so easy. And we're going to be taking a walk around Ethel M's cactus garden in Las Vegas, Nevada. So let's do it. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I love to release content for you, sometimes on a daily basis, and it would mean so much to me if you would help support my channel. I also have a website where you can find my self-study programs. DreamLifeByVeronica.com is the place to go. And let's talk about manifesting a specific person. Let's answer those important questions that you may have lingering in your mind right now. So why do some people say that you shouldn't manifest a specific person? I think it is because when you try to manifest something super specific, you tend to become vulnerable to having a lot of resistance around something, because the very specific thing that you want becomes so important and so much in control of you that you don't actually end up manifesting it. But this doesn't mean that you can't do it. You just need to take the proper steps to not become fixated or obsessed. Now, I don't think that manifesting a specific person goes against any sort of free will, because you're not trying to force someone to love you. When manifesting a specific person is done properly, it is done with this idea that you would prefer to be with this person. This person is your top choice. You would love to be with them, but you only want them to come to you freely out of their free will whenever they are ready, and you just kind of hold that desire in your heart, but you don't let it control you. You don't try to force them to be with you. You don't obsess over them. You allow them to obsess over you. Now, this is hard for some people to do because they don't see themselves as someone who could be obsessed over. So what ends up happening is they end up trying to take physical action to get this person's attention, or to contact them from a fake email address, or to have their friend or brother contact them. Now, I think this is why so many people discourage manifesting a specific person, because it makes people do silly things like this. And I obviously don't want to encourage this sort of behavior either, because it's very messy, it's very awful, it's awful for everyone involved. And it doesn't work. Like, this person will only hate you in the end. But it is possible to manifest a specific person. It has to come from their free will. I don't believe that no one has free will but you. I think that is sort of a fear-based way of thinking. And if you gasped when I said everyone has free will, and that you have to have this person love you freely, or if you think somehow I'm contradicting myself from a previous video, I'm really not. I believe that everyone has free will, but we're all connected. So essentially we all don't as well, because we're all the same thing. We're all this creative substance. We are all different expressions of the same thing. We are all God sort of experiencing himself or herself in different aspects. So of course it's possible to manifest a specific person, but the way you manifest anything is through a preference and through a desire that does not control you or overwhelm you or make you feel sad because you don't have it. Now, I've manifested so many specific things in my life, so many specific things, including a specific person. So it's possible. People who tell you it's not possible, they have never actually done it before, so they have no experience to draw from, and that's okay. But I do agree with people saying that you should never try to manifest a specific person from a control-based way, from a way that speaks of fixation, obsession, all of these negative aspects. Now, in manifesting a specific person, you have to see yourself as capable of being loved from a pure standpoint, as capable of being even worshipped. The reason why I exaggerate these things is because many of you are at such a low self-concept that we need to exaggerate it so you can just raise the self-concept just a little bit. I'm not literally suggesting that you should be in a codependent relationship where you are worshipped 24/7. Like, that would be insanity. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the people who are at a low vibration at a little bit higher. So that's why I exaggerate a lot of the time. But your self-concept, like, that's where it's at. Manifesting a specific person is about you. It's not about them. And that's why I think a lot of other manifesting teachers say to go general, because so many of you won't take the proper approach in manifesting a specific person. You just won't. You will think it's all about trying to convince them or doing affirmations about changing their mind to love you, and it's none of those things. Getting someone to become obsessed with you and adore you and want to be with you is all about you, your self-concept of yourself. So if you want a specific person, set that person aside. It's not moving away from your desire. I'm not trying to trick you to move on and find someone else. What you got to do is work wholly on yourself, your self-concept, your identity of what it is to be in love, of what it is to have someone care for you. My self-concept was awful before I discovered all of this. I was someone who felt like anyone who had feelings for me, those feelings would run out, that they would discover the real me, and I wasn't all that great. Maybe in the beginning they were just, love at first sight, sort of that charm. They would soon realize that I was not what they thought I was and that I was really awful and sucked, and they would dump me. And that was my self-concept. Like, that's what I told myself. That's what I thought of myself. That's what I believed was going to happen. I always believed that no one could truly be in love with me or want to spend their life with me. I believed that someone else would always be chosen over me. Even if they were less beautiful, even if they were less smart, even if they were nothing, that person would still be chosen because I was defective. I was imperfect. I was cursed. That was my self-concept. Now, things only started to change for me when I started to question the self-concept. Not immediately replace it with a positive one, but question it. Why? Who told me that this was my self-concept? Where did this even come from? And I don't know. I really don't know where it came from. And I wouldn't try to get to the root of where your faulty self-concept came from. Instead, I would just continue to question, why are you still reinforcing it? Why are you still identifying as this? If you want someone to obsess over you and be madly in love with you, why on earth is this the self-concept you are choosing? Now, you might say to me, well, right now this person is ignoring me. So I have to take the self-concept of someone who is ignored because that's all life is showing me. But is that what you want your tomorrows to be? Don't you want to successfully manifest a specific person, successfully prove to yourself that someone can be obsessed with you? Then your self-concept has got to change ASAP. And you change your self-concept through questioning why on earth this is what you think, this is what you believe. And then this beautiful thing happens where you start minimizing how many times you reinforce this. And then it becomes so much easier to implement the new self-concept. It can be that simple. Now, trust me, I know that this works. I know it does. I've lived it. I've been it. I've made these changes with every single part of my life. Love, money, career, health, all of it. So you can too. All right, I hope this video could bring great value to your life. I am Veronica. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so now. Thank you for joining me today. Once again, Ethel M's Cactus Garden in Las Vegas, Nevada. DreamLifeByVeronica.com is where you can get my self-study courses and where you can still get my email coaching. Personally work with me one-on-one. Please leave a comment below if you would like to interact with me or if you've had success using my techniques. It helps so much for other people to read success stories. It helps people stay motivated, and it helps change the world for the better. Have an amazing rest of your day, and may all of your dreams come true.